Good evening. Transit riders in the city are in for some adjustments next year. The TTC's 2020 budget proposal released late yesterday reveals some of their plans. That includes increase to fares, fighting fare evasions, and to better maintain the aging system. Now tonight, we take an in-depth look at the report.
When transit riders skip fares, hopping trains and streetcars for free, everyone else pays the price. The evasions cost the TTC $60 million last year, and the agency's 2020 operating budget proposes some big changes to make up the cash.
Because we need people to pay their fair share. Those who don't are putting the burden on others who do pay.
The TTC wants to hire 50 new revenue protection officers stationed across the city to inspect and issue tickets when appropriate. The enforcement teams will use location-based data to target high-risk evasion areas and will take preventative measures like locking down fare gate lanes.
You're going to see a lot more people properly paying as they enter the subway system.
But the efforts are only expected to generate $7 million, making up just a fraction of the losses. The total 2020 budget is $2.14 billion, an $84 million increase over last year. To find the funds, the TTC has proposed a 10-cent fare hike across the board, except in adult cash fares.
It sounds like a small amount, but it adds up. And the TTC still remains one of the least funded transit systems in North America.
I wish it wasn't so. I wish we were getting some support from the other governments.
The increase will generate $31.4 million, only recouping half of the total loss from fare evasions. The TTC is also relying on the recovery of $19.4 million from Metrolinx. They're contractually obligated to cover the costs of TTC bus service during Eglinton and Finch LRT construction. But Metrolinx hasn't paid the TTC back for bus service costs since 2017. And of note, the TTC CEO's office expenses have more than doubled since 2018, from $19.1 million to a proposed $48 million next year. A new expense line also appears in the 2020 budget, the Deputy CEO Group, which accounts for a proposed $29 million. And the Operations Group budget has doubled from $330 million in 2018 to $669 million next year. The TTC tells us internal departments have been reorganized to include new roles and functions, and unfortunately there is no apples to apples comparison between the 2018 budget and the 2020 budget. Now this will go in front of the TTC board on Monday, and if approved, the TTC fare hikes will come into effect in March.